Hello, this is Chase Morrison back again for this 8th and final edition in how to create a financial dashboard using Excel. The title is a bit of a misnomer in that the dashboard's already been put together, but I did want to go over with you how the dashboard would get updated on a monthly basis using PlanGuru and QuickBooks. But before we get into that, let's just take a look at the things that we're going to cover in this video. So I wanted to discuss with you some of the issues that come up when you use dual axes. And this mainly has to do with the graphs that present information on profitability if in some periods you have negative profit, which is not all that unusual. I also wanted to re-review with you the data flow for how actuals get into the dashboard using QuickBooks and PlanGuru. So that's it. So let's take a look at Excel and talk about this issue on the profit graphs. Okay, so here we are at the dashboard from our previous video, and I want you to take a look at this operating profit graph over here. And you can see on the left primary y-axis we have the year-to-date operating profit, and over here on the right secondary axis we have the monthly operating profit. And the issue that I want to bring to your attention is with these negative monthly operating profit numbers. Both of these graphs are set to automatically adjust the spacing, and we're going to have to fix that because over here, the year-to-date operating profit never goes below zero. So I can hover here in January. You can see the actual is $3,786, and it goes up. This makes this graph a little difficult to understand because the x-axis for the secondary Y series over here on the right is just kind of floating in space, it looks like. So how do we fix this? Well, what we have to do is we're going to have to adjust the primary axis because we need to include a negative number here on the left so that I can move the x-axis up, and so that both the primary and secondary axes share the same x-axis. So looking at this, I kind of look over at the secondary axis, and I see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 increments and one negative increment below the x-axis. So I want to basically create the same thing. I can see over here that the year-to-date primary axis goes up to 70, but this label here goes above the $70,000 grid line. So I'm going to have to make this go a bit higher than 70 to incorporate this data label. So just looking at it, if I want to have 7 increments above 0 and I want to have 1 below 0, $15,000 would seem to fit the bill here to include this data label over here and to move the axis up. So I'm going to click here on the numbers, and then I'm going to right click and I'm going to hit format. Let's see. I'm going to click here and right click and hit format axis, which is going to bring up my axis options over here. So right now the primary axis is getting automatically resized, and just by changing the numbers in here I can force it to be a manual setting. So I'm going to set the minimum at 15,000, and then I want 7 15,000 increments up above 0. So 15,000 times 7 is going to be 105,000, and I want to change the units so that it includes 0, because you can see right now with it at 10,000 it looks kind of funky. So then I hit 15,000 as an increment, so now the primary y-axis goes down 15,000 and then it goes up to 105,000. It includes all the data labels that I wanted it to, and you can see now that both axes are sharing the same x-axis here. So it's usually a good idea to go through here, and it's usually a good idea to go in here and reformat these grids. So let me see if I can do that quickly. So I just clicked on that one grid and I just hit it to be a solid line, and then I'm going to go down here onto the x-axis, and I'm going to make this a solid line as well, but I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so that it's clear that that is the x-axis. So hopefully that graph now makes a little bit more sense, so that we don't have the x-axis for the secondary y-axis kind of floating out in space. But I just wanted to point that out to you, that that's something that you're going to have to watch and adjust periodically to make sure that both of the y-axes are sharing the same x-axis. Okay, if you've been following along with these videos, way back in the first video I showed this one little PowerPoint slide that was intended to show you the information flow from QuickBooks to this tool called PlanGuru. Again, PlanGuru is where we maintain both the plan and the actual data. So PlanGuru has the ability to import QuickBooks actuals into PlanGuru, and then there is a reporting tool that PlanGuru provides in Excel that allows Excel to pull both plan and actual data directly from PlanGuru into Excel. So I just wanted to show you how that was going to work moving forward. So again, back at the first video we talked about the fact that all this actual results data is coming from QuickBooks, and it's coming from this rock castle construction sample file that QuickBooks provides. So the year is theoretically 2021 already. And in PlanGuru, we had already imported in the April year-to-date results. Now I know that this file goes all the way through 2021 supposedly, but just for the sake of this discussion, assume that we just closed the books on May, and now we want to update into PlanGuru the May results. So you can see here in May, the net income was, or I should say the total sales was $26,184, and the net income was $10,378. So let's import this data into PlanGuru. Okay, so here we are in PlanGuru again, and we've titled this dashboard example Rock Castle Construction. This is again where we're keeping our plan data as well as our actual data, and for both the P&L and the balance sheet, and then this tool also does all the cash flow calculations for us. So if I go up here and I click Show Current Year Actuals, you can see that we only have actuals through April, which is what we've been looking at since the beginning of this video. So now let's go ahead and pull in the May actuals from QuickBooks. So if I just go up here to Import Data, Import Balance Sheet, just tell it to go to QuickBooks. And as long as it knows that as long as QuickBooks is open, that's the file that it's going to go and get the results from. So I want it to get the May actual, so I just want to get 1 month, so that's the actual result. So that's how I tell it what month to retrieve. Then I just hit next, so then it goes out and it pulls the data in. It's retrieving the data. Gives me a chance to see if there's any new accounts that have popped up. So since all these are checked, I've mapped all the accounts, so then I just go ahead and tell it to import. Okay, and then voila, you can see there's our $26,184,000 in sales and our $10,379 in net income. And it also updated our balance sheets, updated as well. So looks good. Just checking to make sure that assets and total liabilities plus equity equal, which they do. So it correctly pulled in the QuickBooks actuals without me having to input any numbers. I'm going to tell it to save, and then we're going to move over to our dashboard. Okay, here we are back at Excel looking at our dashboard, and as you can see, our actuals just currently run through the end of April. So what we're going to do is we're going to take those actuals that we've loaded into PlanGuru and refresh them into our spreadsheet. So these two tabs down here, actuals and plan, are where the data is that's coming from PlanGuru. Now, as you can see right now, my actuals only run through the end of April. Now, PlanGuru has the actuals through the end of May. So in order to update this, all I do is right-click on this cell and I have an Excel advanced reporting add-in here, and all I do is I just press PGR refresh, and now it'll go out to PlanGuru and get whatever information is out there relative to actual results. So it's out there looking. And there, now it just automatically brought the numbers in for me. I didn't have to input any additional information. So I have the balance sheet updated. I have the P&L updated. So you can see the revenue now is through 26K for May. Net income is 10K. And the cash flow is all updated. So this is all updated automatically. So returning back over to the dashboard over here, now as you recall, we set up this define name, which is right here. You can see over here that this is what it's named. Now all I have to do is just change this from 4 to 5 for May, and you can see all the dashboards change. And so they're all automatically updated. So that's why we configured everything the way that we configured it relative to setting up PlanGuru and linking our spreadsheet here to PlanGuru. So every month it's only a matter of having someone update QuickBooks, whoever the accountant is, and then pretty quickly you can go through and update PlanGuru and update your dashboards without much difficulty. All right, well that was about it for this wrap-up session. I hope you found this helpful. If you'd like a copy of this dashboard, please feel free to click the link in the YouTube description and we'll send you a copy, and you can revise it or hammer on it or do whatever you like to develop your own within your own firm. All right, thanks. We hope you found this helpful. Please subscribe and comment down below to help us improve our content. Feel free to visit our website to learn more about our services at profitwyse.com, and have a great day. Bye.